Who is it? It's Finch. All right, that's my little Finch song to start things off. We're already finching right at the beginning. We're making the case for who's going to win HRX, making the case for Splyce. And honestly, I think it is simultaneously the hardest and easiest case to make is the case for Splyce, because this team has earned their way through. They avoided the placement stages entirely. They've shown up looking unbeatable in North America. They beat United towards the end. They might be the best team in North America right now. It's so hard to say. That's why it's simultaneously the hardest and the easiest case to make. I'll go through run through the bracket first. If you want to submit your bracket prediction, like if you got two for placements and want to do the same thing for DreamHack, I'll have the link in the description, so make sure you click it. Let me know who you think is going to make it and what their path will look like, and I'll talk about the specifics of the team as well in just a moment. So the first thing Splyce we're doing is going up against Obey, and congratulations, you avoided placements. You made it straight on through to DreamHack. Your reward, an Obey team that didn't think they were going to make it and has Prime back and a ton of momentum and look really, really good. Yeah. I still think Splyce can win anyway, but it's just not going to be an easy path for them. I think they have the hardest bracket out of anyone. They play Obey for sure, most likely Dignitas right after, and then the winner of the bottom half of the bracket, which could equally be E United or Rival, though I think it would be E United. So Splyce, if they are world champions, can say we beat Obey, Dignitas, and E United or Rival at their peak. A well-earned championship if they are indeed to grab it, and I think that for them to beat Obey, you know what they're going to do, right? Obey is not coming in with a new playbook, very likely. They're not surprising you. It is going to be pretty Prime, playing an immobile mage, probably a Zeus, probably an Opwash, someone who can kill you very, very quickly, and then Kivo Fred setting him up or killing you himself. As you can just punish Prime all game long. We saw Rival try and do it. We saw several teams try and do it. Then you can beat Obey. They're not unbeatable. They're just so good at their strat. Prime is so good at the game that it's tough to stop them. So Splyce can understand that that's where they need to show up, then they can win. The reason why that's tough is Moswell likes to do the exact same thing as what Prime likes to do. So maybe whoever's just better at it is the one that's going to come out on top. Then they go up against Dignitas, another one that's tough for them to beat, but they certainly have a chance in that one. And then at the very end, they'll be going up against, I believe, E United, but likely either E United or Team Rival, as it's hard to imagine Energy or Trifecta are going to be able to make it out of that side of the bracket. Let's go take a look at the team. Sorry, y'all. We took a look at Energy first, or Obey there for a minute. But really, it's going to be Splyce that we want to take a look at. And the boys are looking really strong, especially here in fall. Cyclone Spin, I gave him a hard time, especially coming out of summer, for feeling like he only played Izanami and Shibalanke, and not even particularly well for what it was worth at the time. And he's absolutely, made me eat crow on that one. Cyclone Spin is a top-tier hunter right now, and it is playing some of his off-meta picks, some of the things you won't expect. And what a benefit that is, because there's no room in the picks and bans nowadays to ban Izanami. There's no room to do it. To ban Shibalanke, you don't have room to do that. You gotta ban Freya, you gotta ban Erlang Shen, Odin, Mercury. You gotta ban Terra or Athena or Discordia or Jingwei. You gotta get these gods out of there. So I think Cyclone Spin having a not particularly meta god pool is a huge benefit for Splyce. It's probably the benefit for them entirely just down the list, is that they don't play the same things everyone else is playing, and they play them exceptionally well. They also have a Roar, one of my personal favorite players, good friend of mine, and I think he's in a good spot to do well too. If Fenrir is permitted through with the Unchained resets we've been seeing lately, with how strong dual lane pressure is, because it lets you invade red buff, control the oracles, steal purple buff, and affect other parts of the map, I think that this is kind of the crutch or the crux of where Splyce's chances are. It's this dual lane. They need to perform as well as they did online in fall, if not a little bit better, and catch some of these European teams off guard. They play slower paced games. That is absolutely not how Cyclone Spin and Aurora want to play. They want to be aggressive. They want to beat you early on. They want to steal your farm. Get in there and do it. And I think this team has a chance to win in HRX. I do have some questions here about Moswell, though. How is he going to perform at DreamHack, up on this big stage? It's not just up there. We're at DreamHack now. There's other things going on. There's noises everywhere. There's pressure. No one's expecting you to do well, and if this team loses, they'll probably blame him. I mean, it's so much on him, I think, to perform well, and going against so many strong mid laners. Zeros is out there right now. Wolfie is out there as well. Baskin, if they end up hitting E United in the finals, is there too. It's such a difficult string of good mid laners he'll be playing up against. He's got to make sure he performs consistently. To help him, though, Divios is an absolute nut. He's an absolute nutcase. Very likely, Divios will be winning his matchup, playing something you didn't expect, like Aphrodite, and just getting it done. So that is a nice godsend, and I think Sino's been looking good as well, though Naja not as strong. He's had to show some variation. Erlong certainly is strong, but I doubt anyone will let Sino have it, so he's got to show us a little bit more depth. But Splyce played so well in fall, they just have to tap back in and play that again, and they have a good chance to win here at DreamHack. Again, let me see your bracket. Click the link in the description. And make sure you're watching on Friday when everything starts. We're going all weekend at DreamHack. You're not going to want to miss a moment, especially if you're a Splyce fanboy. They're going to need you there cheering for them. So make sure that you're watching.